I'm recording us right now. I just started recording us.
Okay.
Just because I just want to, I'm on my little handheld thing.
Okay.
Just because I want to kind of just get some stuff. Because I feel like there might be something we'd go, oh my God, I wish we recorded that, you know?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Right. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Which part? I mean, what?
Something about a river in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so in the movie Grease, you know, where they have that, where they do the race in that big concrete river thing, that big concrete thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the river of L.A.
I get it. I'm just going with you.
Yeah. So there, that used to be a real river. Like that is a natural, it's not like something that the city planners built or whatever. That is a natural flowing river, but it kept flooding LA, and causing major problems. And I don't know, I guess this was back in the old days, like the 50s maybe. And so they cemented that fucker, they cemented it all and that's probably one of the biggest, I would venture to guess that, the people that, the climate control people or the naturalists are just don't even look at that, because the people that were down there, they were collecting trash out of the little tunnel things, and it was all plastic. But I just found it interesting that I when I was watching Grease, or anytime I've seen that in any movie in LA, they use it all the time. I thought, well, what a dumb idea. I mean, why? What is that? It's It's huge, first of all, and it's so ugly, but it keeps the city of LA from flooding.
You gotta do something.
I guess so. Or why don't you just move your goddamn city?
Well, it's right by the water. I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, move it up into the mountains, I guess. I don't know.
I know. It just pissed me off, though, because I think to myself, I mean, I really, I don't like, I mean, I know that there's some issues that we have with climate control and everything, but I just hate it when people take something, especially back in the old days, they didn't know. They had no idea, right? So it's not really their fault.
Oh, yeah. What's this going to do 500 years later? You don't care. You're not going to be around. You don't know.
I mean, and that's the thing now. I mean, we all know that, first of all, we all know that there was never a fucking hole in the ozone, okay? And if there was, it was based upon something else that was happening. I mean, by the way, I gotta say this, but did you know that people don't ever factor in, or at least if they do, they don't talk about it because it doesn't fit, the whole, using metal straws or wheat straws or whatever, because you can't use plastic ones now.
Right.
The thing that has more to do with the climate on the planet has to do with the fucking shit that's inside of the planet, like the core, that magma stuff and all that spinning orb of metal that's in the middle of the planet. Do you know what I mean? That has more to do with the climate. I'm just off topic real quick, but completely more to do with climate control than anything that we do as humans. You realize we're so insignificant. That's what I want to tell people. Yeah. Anyway.
Plus, I don't like straws anyway.
I mean, that's the thing is, I don't like straws for everything, but I mean, if I'm gonna have a drink at a club, or of course I don't drink beer anymore, which is odd, but I just don't. I can't stomach it.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I drink, so I don't think. I can probably drink a milkshake, but I don't do sweets. So.
Well.
But I still.
But you drink beer out of a straw with a straw, though.
Oh hell no.
Right.
No, straws are good for shooting spit wads. That's not it.
Right. Well.
But I'm not years old anymore, so.
True. I love straws because it doesn't sting my teeth, or it doesn't I don't.
Yeah,
the particles.
Plus, yeah, I know. I'll just drink out of anything.
I know. I used to be like that. I used to find. It wouldn't matter. It's so weird for me to say that I don't drink anymore because I can't. Because I literally either forget. Okay.
Well, yeah, you're too busy. I saw you at the COC show. You had 8 cameras on.
I know. You saw me at COC?
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah. That's right. We did see each other. Yeah.
The last time I saw you was at Blue Light.
Yeah, no, I that's what I was like. Wait, did I? I have to remember, but no, I totally remember now.
Yeah, but you were running around like crazy, so.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, even then, like, I mean, back in the day, I had a job back in the day. Like, I went to a job, you know, and I feel like I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I'm old now, and I don't get it.
You get what?
I don't get being old.
You don't get me.
You're not. You're younger than I am, though. I mean, you're only what? How old are you?
51.
Shut up. You are not.
I just turned 51 a week ago.
You shut your mouth.
Oh, I did. 1968.
Okay, then you are older than I am. Oh my
yeah,
God.
I know.
By 1 year.
Well,
I mean, literally by not even a year. I mean, when were you? So it was November of '68. I was born
December.
in June of '69.
Okay, so I get you beat by 6 months. 7 months.
Yeah.
Well, technically 6 because I was at the end of December.
Truth. But look, I'm telling you, I thought you were like 35, honestly.
I was 35 when you met me, probably.
So me too. I guess I don't know. I guess I feel like
When I first moved to Dallas, I was in my mid-20s. Or mid-30s, actually. No, early 30s. That would have been 95.
Yeah, that's about
So,
the
yeah,
time.
somewhere around there.
That's about the time that I started coming to Deep Ellum, was 94.
Yeah, 94, 95. That's when I started going to Deep Ellum. So, yeah, we're all old.
I can't take it.
It doesn't matter. I don't feel any different. My back hurts and I can't really walk that good right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm getting better at walking, but that's because of a medical problem.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Well, I don't have I really do have a medical problem, but I have rheumatoid arthritis now, and so it'll zap me by the time the doctor said that it'll get me by the time I'm not dead or anything like that, but. Yeah, I could be so lucky, but I'm just.
Well, I'll let you borrow my wheelchair when I start walking better.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna ride a scooter. I'm gonna get one of those.
I'll push you around.
Okay, please do.
I'll push you around Deep Ellum.
Push me around the development. Push me into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like I was like so worried about you. Like when at Blue Light, I told Jessica, I was like, Jessica, I go. It takes Cherri a long time in the bathroom, right? And she's like, yeah, but this is unusually long. And I was like, I feel that way. Should we check on him? And so then Joseph's dad walks up, and I'm like, dude, can you go check on Rutherford in the bathroom? I can't. And then so he opens the door, right, like to the men's bathroom. Yeah. And he goes, and it was dark in there, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I go, no. And then I remembered that you went into the middle one, you know?
Yeah, the middle one, yeah. Well, that door is extra heavy, and I'm trying to open it and move back at the same time, so I got it. The best bathroom in Dallas for me.
Right.
So it worked out good, and everything takes me a little bit longer now.
And that's okay, but, like, literally, I was like, oh, my God, like, I can't, I mean, I'm going to have to go in there. But when Joseph's dad, like, pushed the door open, it was black as pitch, and my split second was like, oh my God, he's falling and he can't get up.
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
I know, you're great.
I did stand up in there. I got lots of business to take care of and lots of cleanup now. I just can't go in and go out, in and out. So.
Right. No, I mean,
a little bit extra.
It's okay. That's fine. But, like, I was like, it was funny. And then when that guy, remember at Will Call when I was trying to help you through that odd door at Will Call, it's fucked up, like in the men's bathroom, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because there's a trash can there, and so you can't just go in because it's like on an angle kind of. And that guy, I don't even know who the fuck that guy was that was in there. Excuse me. And he goes, I got it. And I felt like he thought that I don't know what. Because you didn't know him, did you? Did you know him personally?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
I mean, I was like, who are you? And why are you stealing my friend away from me? Like, I'm not trying to help my friend. And you're like, I got it. You know, and not you, but him. It was funny.
Yeah. I mean, I just gotta, take things a little slow and a little easy, and everything will be all right.
Well, you know me. I mean, it's like everything is a little bit amplified. It always has been.
Since you're recording, let's talk about the list. So what did you think?
Okay, first of all, like I said,
What scared you?
Let me bring it up. Like,
you know what? I know what scared you. Venom Prison probably scared you.
probably. Like, okay, but since we've been hanging out, Jerry, I will tell you, you will be proud of me. I am a little bit more in tune with metal, and so it's not all like what's on the radio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It's like you got the radio stuff covered, and I'm like a little bit more off on the fringes type stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to find your playlist. Hello. But yeah, I felt like okay, I'm gonna learn some stuff from Jerry's playlist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn. Oh, here it goes. So all right, and this goes in. I don't know how the order is.
Yeah, it's not any kind of order.
Yeah, but on my list, it's cattle decapitation. One day closer to the end of ...
Mm-hmm. The end of the world, I think.
Yeah, let's listen for 1 second. Let's just listen for a minute. See how scary it is. See, that's fucking terrifying.
Well, Travis, the singer, does a little, like, crazy, I guess, more melodic vocal.
No, he totally does. And you know what I love about their sound is that twangy tone on that guitar.
Yeah.
Do you hear that? You hear that, like that?
There's all kinds of there's all kinds of crazy stuff because they've gotten way more. I don't know if technical is the right word, but more like expanded in their sound, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that. I mean, but let's listen a little bit more. Hold on. Can you hear it?
Yeah, a little bit, but I've heard it like a million times.
Right.
Like my favorite record that's come out this year.
There, can you hear it better now?
Yeah, a little bit. The big thing is his vocals, because he does this weird, like, alien, like, it's singing, but it sounds like he's just deranged or something.
Yeah, it's like, here it comes, it's about... I mean, hold on, it's coming. Here it goes.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. That was frightening.
When I first heard this is like one of the first things they released off the record, and I was like, whoa, that is catchy, but weird, and sounds like he's just a madman.
It is crazy weird. It is so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it does sound like he has helium in his mouth.
I thought it was robotic-ish, kind of, but it's got that hook to it, and you're like, and it comes in like, it's not like he's singing.
Right. No, it's weird. It's not like a, like...
Yeah, they're not doing like a kill switch engage thing,
right.
Or like good cop, bad cop, like, growling and then...
Growling, yeah. The clean and unclean. I hate that. That's like, reminds me of a... When people call like the clean and unclean vocal, it reminds me of a dirty butt. Like, like you have a clean butthole, and then you have the people that have the unclean butthole.
That's actually pretty good. That's good. I like that.
It just, I just don't like, after having kids, like, you have to make sure that the kid is clean, so I always, everything clean has to refer to, like, stickiness or poop on a kid's butt.
Well, I know about that a lot lately. I'm not going to go into that, but it makes me laugh.
Well, it happened. It does happen. Like, but trust me, I understand. My boyfriend Paul was, when he was, so sick this past summer, it was a nightmare. I get it. Like, I get it.
Yeah, and it's so awesome that we can talk about dirty kids' butts to cattle decapitation.
It is. Because I think that...
Only on our podcast with that word.
Totally. And if they don't like it, well, they would love it.
That's funny. I like it. That's all that counts.
Well, and it's really making fun of the people that have coined the phrase clean and unclean vocal. It's really not in reference to cattle decapitation,
Yeah, well, clean and unclean vocals. Your mouth sounds like a dirty butthole, and then it doesn't.
And then it doesn't. Well, I used to not listen to metalcore at all. Like, I hated it. Like, I did not like it at all. And then I started listening, like, this, and I'm talking like 2016, like when I first started, writing and stuff full time. And then I listened to this one band, And I was like, wait a minute, this is fucking this is rad. I love it because it's like you can be angry and then you can be singing all in one song. So
Right.
it's not now. It's my favorite. I'm like the
So
metal.
what about, since we're talking about that, you'll probably like, well, the next one on the list is Torch.
I love Torch.
Yeah.
I love that.
That record. They are so good and so melodic, but so heavy. They got the power bombs, that guitar tone.
All right, I'm gonna push play. Listen to that. Listen, can you hear it?
That sounds even massive all the way through the phone.
I mean, it is so thick. But that high fucking thing at the top, I have goosebumps on my face.
They're like the Beach Boys meets Melvin.
They're ridiculously good. Yeah, I love them. I love them.
That's awesome.
Did they go? Have they been on tour with? I mean, I feel like I've seen them, but I've never covered them officially.
No, they've toured a lot. They've played like Dada. I saw them at. Well, no, that was their other band before them. That was Dada. But yeah, they played Dallas like a bunch of times. Like not on this record, not recently, but they play. Like I said, they played Dada, and they've toured Dallas a lot. They've come through here like at least 5 times that I know of. I've seen them a couple times.
Do you know what happens? I don't know if this has happened to you, and you're like when you cover so many bands like all the time. I feel like all bands start looking the same, like in genre specific. You know, because I'm looking at Torch right now, and I'm like, oh, that looks like dude from what band? Like they all look the same, like in that genre, like you know, and their hair can be totally different. It's their face. It's so weird to me. I don't get it. Just that's an aside for me, but yeah, I love them. I thought I saw them. I can't remember. It was like 2017. I'll have to look back into my notes, but
yeah, I think they do something bigger. I mean, they were on Late Night with Seth Meyers, which is awesome.
Really?
And it was so loud. They actually played a song, not that one, but they played one of the more like kind of commercial songs on the broadcast.
Yeah.
But then they had an extra song that was like on the internet, and it was just crushing. And they would have broke the cameras in the studio. It was so loud.
Right. I mean that.
But it's cool that a band like that can get on Seth Meyers and play on national TV.
Hell yeah. I mean, they're just amazing. Let's listen to a little bit more, and then we'll go to the next. The next one I think is scary too.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, that's just dope as fuck.
Yeah, I wish they could get bigger. I mean, they've got it right now. This song.
Absolutely.
I think they might be too much for people. Just the guitar-wise and the amps in your face kind of stuff.
Oh, but come on. I mean, like, no way. I mean, like, people love that shit. Like, people love it.
Like, if they could go out like a Foo Fighters or something like that and get, like, a lot of people to see them, that would be amazing.
It would be. Like, one of the best shows that I saw that I still talk about to this day was like a genre. I mean, it was weird. It was okay. So Devil Wears Prada opened the show, and then it was I want to say this band. I can't remember the band. I always forget their name. But then it was Papa Roach. Then it was Falling in Reverse, and then A Day to Remember closed it out. Like there was one other band, and like it was like kind of if you draw those 4 or 5 bands and it's like they kind of overlap. And
how long ago was this?
It was at the Bomb Factory, like in 2017.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
wow, yeah.
So, like,
yeah, that's pretty diverse.
Yeah, totally. Like, but it all worked, Like one of my favorite bands is Falling in Reverse, and Ronnie Radke is just such a fucking. I mean, he's just a lyrical genius, and he's just badass. He's like the last rock star I feel like that the planet's gonna ever like really true rock star, that personifies it. But anyway, like all the metalcore kids were over in one corner, and then their band came up, and then everybody woo, it was weird, but everybody loved it, and everybody had a great time, and there were no. I mean, it was just badass, and I love the fact that all of those bands could be seen by a completely different fan base.
Yeah, well, it's cool because there's going to be somebody that likes one band that sort of likes another band and hasn't heard of the other two or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the one kid that's really smart, like, likes all four bands. They get the whole package and has a great night.
Right, and that's you and I. I mean, to be honest.
I'm that kid.
I love Devil Wears Prada. Their new record was, is on my, I think it's on my top 11. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I need to check them out more. I've just heard like a little bit, just because like I just haven't had time to soak it all in, and I wasn't sure at first. I was like, okay, yeah. So, I need to go like the new stuff. It's like cool and stuff that I've heard.
Yeah, I recommend Chemical. That's one of the singles. It's very catchy, and what's great about the Devil Wears Prada is that it their live show is, it melts in together. When you see a band and their CD can be kick ass, but then you see them live and it's just a completely different experience.
Right. Yeah.
I love that, and that's what they just bring it. Like on stage, it's ridiculous, and I like to be entertained. Entertain me, musicians.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I think the Horse and Sparrow theory.
Yeah, Victims from Sweden.
They're from Sweden. Are these the scary people?
Yeah, they're from Sweden. Huh?
Are these scary? Is this the scary one?
Not to me. Nothing's scary to me.
I know. I'm playing it.
It takes a little bit to build up, so.
Well, we can talk about. It could be Sacred Right too. That's kind of. Or Exporter. Right on.
Yeah.
That's kind of a scary name too. But
yeah, but Victims is cool. They're from Sweden, and they're kind of hardcore and DB, which is like fast.
Yes, I love them. I did love them. I remember that they didn't scare me.
But yeah, Victims this record's really cool too, because there's a lot of thought behind the lyrics, and it's almost like they kind of tell you to wake up and look around at stuff that's going on. And I've always loved them, but this time they got a little more kind of in depth with their songwriting and their lyrics and stuff, and even the music is like it's massive, and
so
there's
tell me, Jerry,
little nuances here and there. It's just not all fast like the DB Motorhead stuff.
Right. So and what is this? What did you refer to this genre as?
DB.
DB?
That's like, yeah, DB. The letter D, and then BEAT.
Okay, DB. So it's
it's like think Ace of Spades and Overkill by Motorhead.
Yeah.
But with a lot more distortion.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, it doesn't refer to them directly, but this band Discharge from England.
Yeah.
That's where most of it comes from. The whole genre. I could spend an hour talking to you about that.
Good Lord. It's not like Degent, because anytime I hear that, I want to...
No, it's completely... It's more aligned with punk rock.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that, and I hear the Motorhead, I hear the hardcore,
yeah.
I hear it all.
But Victims got really heavy and more, expansive, and a lot of ebbs and flows, and, what's a good way to describe it? Just wide, and, real quiet, and then real loud and fast and slower. A lot of build-ups and tempo shifts and stuff like that. Well,
when you listen to music, when you hear a song and it grabs your attention, what is it that first grabs you?
Usually a vocal hook or a riff.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's a riff. In that Torch song, just the opening is that riff.
Yeah.
It grabs you. It just grabs you by the throat and you're like, come here, listen to me.
Yes.
It could be a vocal hook depending on the style of music.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be anything. Usually it's a riff, because most of the stuff I listen to is real riff oriented.
Let's we're getting to the. I'm gonna turn up Victims a little bit. Hold on. Here's a chorus. Ish. That guitar tone in the back is,
Yeah, they've got a
it's
really
dope.
good heavy, good heavy thick guitar sound.
Yeah. I love Swedish metal. I love Swedish bands.
This is, like I said, this is a little bit more on the heavier, extreme underground side of it.
Yeah.
So.
But they all, they all have that, they all have this,
Everybody's just a little bit different.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of a difference, but they're all so fucking happy. I mean, they could be playing the most god-awful, like, fucking metal shit, right? Like heavy, dark, death metal, dark, black metal. And they come off stage, and on stage, they're smiling, and they're having a great time, and they're blonde hair, blue-eyed-ish, and sometimes, and most long flowing hair, and you know what I'm saying? Like, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. But
and they just get all the anger out through the music.
Fuck yeah, and they're so, like, one of my favorite Swedish bands is Dark Tranquillity, and I mean, like, I've interviewed Michael, or however you pronounce it, Michael, like 3 times, every time. I didn't see him last year, which was kind of depressing, but he's just the happiest, the happiest dude ever, and so is like Anderson, whatever his first name is, I can't remember, but I love all of it. And Sacred Reich already started. What happened? Like, Victim, that was a very short song, no? Or did I?
I don't think so. It's at least 3 or 4 minutes.
Right. Well, I guess I've babbled too much. I'm sorry. I have to. I have to learn how to shut up.
Let's get to Sacred Reich.
All right. Let's.
Speaking of happy, so you're good with these transitions.
I am.
Yeah, you are. You're speaking of happy. There's Sacred Reich.
Oh, but that isn't. That's scary, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not scary. I mean,
that sounds like a nightmare. Listen.
Listen,
I.
The lead singer is like practices Buddhism stuff. He's the most happy guy you could ever meet. He's positive, everything. Their music might be really angry. And come on, if you haven't put out a record in 20 years or something, because this is a comeback record for them.
Right. No, they're that riff right there, that ba 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 ba, is amazing. It's really good. It's really good. It made me want to bang my head.
Yeah, I mean, they're a completely headbanging band. I mean, they're one of the old school thrash metal bands that came back this year. And yeah, the whole record, that's the thing about Sacred Reich. I mean, I've been to that. They're like one of the first bands I ever talked to or interviewed when I started doing this stuff.
Yeah. And
yeah, they've always been they don't sing about the devil all the time and kill everybody and blah blah blah, that stuff. They got a lot of intelligence behind the stuff. So.
Well, I found that most of the heavy bands that I've interviewed, even the ones that have that.
Well, there's some thought behind it, no matter how dark it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. I mean, I just can't.
Kill,
Right, I don't like what I don't like is I don't like it when people that are on stage in horned outfit, a horned outfit, a horned. The bitch had horns on her head, and she was casting a spell on me. I had to leave immediately. I had to go.
She was casting a spell on you.
With her voice was entrenching me. That's the Danny Filth story. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I mean, not Danny.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not Cradle of Filth story, but it wasn't Danny. Yeah. It wasn't Danny it was that horned bitch that he had in the background at the podium that was screeching. I felt like I couldn't look at her because I felt like she was trying to get in my mind. But,
well, the only thing Sacred Reich's going to do is make you feel happy, thrash around, and bang your head.
Listen.
And you might learn something every time you listen to the records, there's something good.
No, I like that.
One of my favorite records, and the comeback record. And they're going to be touring. They're going to be touring again. I forget. They're going out with somebody, but they toured a lot last year too.
I
they
wonder
played
why.
Gas Monkey.
I wonder why I didn't know that.
They played with Guar. I think it was a Gas Monkey.
Yeah, I didn't.
They played on their own. Yeah, they played on their own at Trees first. Then they came back with Guar.
Right.
And
Okay.
I think they're going out. Oh, they're going out with Sepultura.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely be at that show.
Yeah. So I think they're one of the. I think that's Crowbar, Sacred Reich, Sepultura, sometime early next year, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I covered Crowbar and Sepultura, so I'll probably be at that show.
Yeah, well, you need to find out about Sacred Reich. If I'm there, then I'll introduce you to the guys. But Dave McClain, that used to be at Machine Head, and their original drummer, he left and came back. He left to join Machine Head and then came back.
Okay, and what is his name?
Dave McClain, the drummer?
Yeah, the drummer. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil Rind, I think is his name. Phil Rind. I don't know. I've never actually asked him how to say that, but yeah, Rind. He's the bass player and the singer.
All right.
Yeah, but Dave's the drummer from Texas.
Right. I like drummers. I know I sound like an idiot. I like drummers. Like I love Lamp, but I'm like looking at. I was looking at Sacred Reich out there, like their little Spotify thing. No, I dig them a lot, and I wasn't into this kind of music back in the day, so it's really hard when comeback bands come, or even bands that like Iced Earth, or like that have their own like following, like like their own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
hard when you like everything, it's hard to be really, really knowledgeable about everything.
no, but you're very knowledgeable about lots of metal stuff that I have no clue at.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you anything about like the emo bands or whatever they call it nowadays. But yeah,
Metalcore.
I know and I try to know a little bit about everything, but
True.
because it's the way I am. So, but yeah, there's just so much stuff. You can't be in a. I mean, I don't know how people just listen to one kind of thing,
I don't either. Like right now, Beware the Wolf by Ex-Hoarder is playing right now.
Yeah.
That's fucking. Let's turn it up a little bit.
That's another
That's
comeback.
badass. Listen to that fucking shit. He's gonna bite your neck.
Yep. The boys from Louisiana.
Ex-Hoarder.
Shorter from New Orleans. They had another comeback record, so it's a year of the comeback records you made.
Right on.
I mean, Ex-Hoarder and Sacred Reich were around in the 80s.
Shit.
We're talking 88, 89.
Like, how the fuck are they doing that? Like, could you imagine getting up on stage at our age and older? Like, look at the guy. I mean, fuck. And then go tour?
Well, yeah, they're not the Rolling Stones or anything. They're not, that decrepit yet.
Not yet. No, I'm kidding.
But,
No.
but basically, you're out there doing stuff. I'm sure, they still got, the energy to do it.
Of course they do. I mean, I have the energy. I just don't want to do much. I'm kidding.
Well, when you tour like 5 nights out of the week, you have to, I'm sure they got to do something. But
They just sleep.
That record is so good.
It is really good. Like I mean, we missed that fucking vocal. Listen to that.
That song is right there.
I mean, listen to him. I mean, he is getting in your mind right there.
One of my favorite songs on the record too.
It's badass.
Yeah, Beware the Wolf.
Okay, so
Anyway,
the next one is I muffle your inner choir. What?
Choir, yeah, Dark Throne, one of my favorite bands. Was this one that scared you?
I don't know. Let's play it. Hold on, let me. It's a 6-minute and 26-second song.
Well, we're not gonna play the whole thing.
Well, no, we're not.
Just kind of, but yeah. This is one of my favorite bands.
You like that fucking twangy guitar.
Yeah, but this is them trying to sound, well, not trying, because they are their own thing, but they go through, now they're in their heavy metal phase, and kind of doing a little Doomy or Celtic Frost type thing on this song.
Listen to it.
And you want to know something funny, is the evil and dark that sounds Fenriz, the drummer and their singer, is like a sweetheart. He's so funny. If you ever follow Fenriz on the internet, you know he's funny. He works at a post office and he likes cats.
No. No, he does not.
For a guy that makes that kind of music, yeah.
That's
See?
crazy. He
So,
works
yeah,
at the post
he's great.
office and likes cats. So
Yeah,
if he comes
so he's
through,
like,
if he comes through Dallas, let's get him a cat T-shirt.
I'll find his address and send it to him in Norway.
Yeah. Oh, he's Norwegian. They're Norwegian.
Yeah, they're Norwegian, 2-piece. Yeah, they've been around like forever.
2 pieces.
They're a black metal band. They're a black metal band that started off, and they've gone through like punk rock and straight up metal, and then combine all that stuff now. So that's what they sound like. They can switch it up a little bit here and there, but it's whatever they feel like doing. They can do like a sloppy punk rock record, or they can do like some dark, doomy, heavy stuff like that. And sometimes they do it all on one record, and the record's called Old Star, and it's really good. And they're one of my favorite bands.
So you should listen to them, people. No, I really like whoever's listening. I mean, whoever will listen, because eventually, I mean, like there's not a lot. First of all, I don't know if you know this or not. Side note: there's not a lot of music podcasts. Believe it or not, there's a lot of podcasts that are music related, but they're musicians that are talking about other subjects, right?
Yeah, right.
But there's not anyone that have like long conversations about music, and not the way that it makes you feel, or the way that like bits and pieces of the band or whatever, like long conversations about music. There's just not any. I mean, and so our podcast is gonna fucking rock.
That's awesome. All right,
Jerry's like, shut up.
No, that's going to be awesome. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a lot of dudes talking about, a lot of people just talking about, like, other stuff.
Like other stuff, and rightly so.
They're around it. I mean, like, they're around it 24 hours a day, practically. We're not talking about, like, what movies you like, what about this, MMA fight or something?
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I totally get it. Like, I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to have a podcast about writing or being a rock journalist, I mean, I would feel like, good Lord. I mean, like, it's just, I understand, but I feel like fans, I don't know. I just feel like fans just don't, it's like so fly by night now. It's like, what's next on the radio? What's the next big thing, and it's so instant that you don't have that longevity. That first of all, metal we're some of the most loyal fans, on the planet. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not like pop music has a lot of loyal fans.
A lot of that stuff is like here today, gone tomorrow, shelf life and everything,
Yeah.
Like, then that's like over in like a year or less than a year, What are we on to now?
Life of Agony.
Oh, Life of Agony. Ooh, that's another comeback record. Not a comeback record because they've been around pretty consistent, but a return to form record.
Yeah, it's badass.
I don't know if anybody has heard the first record, River Runs Red, but this is kind of like a companion piece.
Yeah.
Because it follows the storyline, kind of A-B kind of thing, but it's so good. I love this band.
They are really good.
They're so good. I mean, when this came out, I was just like immediately, oh my God. I mean, I went on tour with these guys back in somewhere like mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Became really good friends with them, and this record is so good.
It is. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna increase the volume. Just 1 second. Hold on.
Are you sure this is one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It just. I mean, it's just such a groovy, like, I love the way that his vocals are, like, right in with the guitar. That is such a good rock sound, like, I mean, it's rock but metal, you know what I'm saying, like, but, oh.
Are you still playing the Sacred Ring?
No, that's Lay Down. Lay Down. Life of Agony. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's weird. I still hear the Sacred Ring in the background.
I hear nothing. I hear nothing but Lay Down.
Okay, well, it's Life of Agony. That's it.
Yeah.
Long as Life of Agony, I'm sorry, we already talked about Sacred Ring.
No, I know. That's was like 3 songs, 2 songs. But, now tell me, like, when, like, Life of Agony, like, they've had some good radio hits, they're a staple.
Yeah, they kind of had a couple of breakthrough songs.
But they're...
I don't know if any of the new stuff has gotten on the radio, like, not the radio stations I listen to, but I know they released a couple of singles on them.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Dallas doesn't have any, like, we don't have a radio station.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I hardly listen to the Eagle. I'm always, like, KUPD in Arizona, and... I listen to Spotify. JJ Open, Madison. I mean, they play a lot of good stuff, and not just... They'll play, obviously, the top radio songs, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure...
but why is that? Like, Dallas is a huge metropolitan area, like...
I don't know. Just,
drives me
I love the Eagle. I love everybody there.
Absolutely.
I wish they could be a little more cutting edge, and play like a Live Agony, like, in the afternoon, and, in between the Nickelback and the, Bad Wolves.
I mean, if I hear it... But here's the thing that gets me, Rutherford. If I hear fucking Led Zeppelin one more time on the Eagle, I'm gonna knife myself in the neck. I mean, come on.
Well,
I mean,
me and you, we're not like, everybody and everybody else. They want to they want to hear what they know, I guess.
but that's not. But yeah, but like that's what I tell people. I'm like, when they say, well, people will say, well, what kind of music do you listen to? And I explain to them, I don't listen to a kind of. I listen to all kinds, but predominantly rock. And I'm like, just expand your mind a little bit. There's some amazing musicianship that people are just like people miss because they don't want to go with the stigma of it being metal or hard rock or what I'm saying. It pisses me off.
Yeah, but the cool thing about radio now is like everybody's on the internet. They don't have to be in a certain city to listen to a certain radio station.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I like the Eagle, but I'm always listening to like KUPD in Arizona, JJO up in Madison, Wisconsin, and KISW in Seattle.
And now is that on the the internet? Like you're listening to
and they're all almost. If you look at like the top 40 like active rock songs,
yeah,
you're gonna hear the same thing. But then each one of the stations has its own personality. Like
right,
they'll play like Slayer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or they'll play like a Metallica song like Nothing Else Matters or something like. Or
right.
they'll play like a Battery or something. It's you get some of them are a little more cutting edge.
Okay, so Jerry, I have to know, like, what was, like, when you were a kid, since we now know that, since we're the same age, like, when you were a kid, what was it?
Back in
like,
86.
what was the song that, like, you were like, oh my god, I love music? Like, what was the song that hooked you? Like, I mean, metal or not, not genre specific or whatever, but that one song, like,
a song that hooked me?
Yeah, that was where you just knew that listening to it, that the world was going to be okay.
Probably not necessarily a song, but an album. Probably when I found my brother's 8-track tapes.
Yeah.
That tells you how old I am. But yeah, I immediately got into like hard Boston.
Yeah.
Like the first Boston record and the early hard stuff, the first couple hard records. When I heard like Barracuda and Magic Man and stuff like that, I was like, whoa. Yeah. Just getting into like harder stuff. I was like, okay. So I have like the album and the Chipmunks tape and the whatever 45 there was. But yeah, when I heard like Boston, like the first Boston record and the early hard stuff, and we had this pink Led Zeppelin 8-track. Yeah. And I lost it. I lost this 8-track tape that was pink.
Oh my god.
Was pink. My brother's like, how could you lose a pink 8-track?
No shit. How did you lose? How did you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Mine was Band on the Run, and.
Well, yeah, I love Wings.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
Another thing too. Yeah, I never really got into the Beatles, but I love Paul McCartney and Wings.
Me too. Like I didn't get into the Beatles until I was older, but.
Some of that Wings stuff I thought was a little harder edged, and then when I went back and there's pretty heavy Beatles stuff too. So
yeah, there's some trippy shit.
I never got into the Beatles and stuff like that. I was always a little more like real guitar chugging, guitar centric type stuff.
Yeah.
Like I heard Heart, like I said, and I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, that Barracuda song will get you every time.
Yeah, Barracuda, Magic Man. Barracuda's kind of played out.
Yeah, I mean, but that
like saying,
fucking riff is,
I mean. Saying, like, Thin Lizzy's All Boys Are Back in Town. It's like, no, there's way more better songs than that.
Yeah,
Not that song or anything, but yeah, but just one song, it would probably, I don't know, a lot of 70s rock, too, because I was a kid of the radio. Yeah, 70s classic rock, I guess, now.
My parents, well, it's more than classic. I mean, anything 20 years is classic.
Dinosaur rock.
Like ancient rock, but like my parents weren't very musically inclined. Like I mean, it wasn't something that was played a lot on the radio. So anytime, the radio wasn't playing,
I'm a kid of the radio from the 70s. So obviously I like a lot of, like they call it yacht rock now.
They call it what?
Yeah, like Baker Street, like Cherri Bird.
They call it ya-ya?
What?
They call it ya-ya? Is that what you said?
Yacht rock, like a big boat.
Oh, yacht, like a yacht.
You never heard that term?
No, fuck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Just look it up on your Spotify. It comes up. It's pretty funny.
That's funny. Yes, now I have. Yeah.
Cherri Bird. Christopher Cross, Sailing.
Yeah.
That's like the definitive yacht rock song.
No, I get it. Paul and I actually listened to that playlist, that yacht
Really?
rock,
Okay, so that's,
and he was like, he
we're
goes,
not talking about yacht rock.
I know, but he,
All recording we could do.
I know, but he goes, why are we listening to something that's on a boat? Turn it off. So we had to listen to another. It was funny. It was just funny because it was like, what the fuck?
All right.
What does that mean?
Did you get the asthma castle?
It's next right now, and then I have to go because, well, I mean, I mean, Paul's at the parking lot, so it's almost midnight, so I have to go down there and like say Happy New Year's and shit. So
well, I think we got enough. We can talk about that and get to a part 2.
let's do Asthma Castle because that's a weird fucking name of a band. I've never heard of them. Maybe this is the scary one. But I mean, what is that? Asthma Castle. Listen to that. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I mean, listen to that. Bow, bow. I mean, I can totally see where this would be like on your list because it just that bass is banging out, and then on top of the drums, fuck, it's good. So tell me about Asthma Castle. Why you like them, or what?
Well, Asthma Castle is a side band from on the East Coast. I think a couple guys from Pig Destroyer and Scour, Phil Anselmo's band.
Yeah.
But Asthma Castle is like they're kind of stoner riff rock stuff, kind of like a dirty like Mastodon and have to shower for a week.
Yeah.
it's fun. I mean, the song titles alone are just you. That's what caught me. I'm like, what?
Mount Crushmore.
What was it? Yeah, Mount Crushmore. It's just really they're funny at the same time, but it's good. It's good thick stuff. It's like I said, like early Mastodon. What else? Kind of like just trying to think off the top of my head. Some other band, like the Sword and stuff like that, like Orange Goblin.
Well, yeah.
Beefy riffs.
It's very reminiscent of, to me, like that, at least that the chugging, is kind of oh gosh, I forgot what's the name of it? Oh my god, they're French, Gojira.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of
kind of,
not totally, but like that very begin, like the intro to the Mount Crushmore, that it's just loud like that. Like Gojira is so fucking loud, and
yeah, but it's just good beefy
yes,
like riff rock stuff.
yes, but not. I mean, it's not anything like it.
Steroid rock.
Right.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And Mastodon, for real. I mean.
Yeah, kind of like early mid-period Mastodon.
Well, and the thing is that, I mean, like, the way that I categorize music in my mind is when I've seen them live, when I've seen bands live. So, sometimes it's not that, and I can't help it. It's just the way that my mind works. But,
right.
If I've seen I've seen Mastodon, Gojira, and then like King Diamond all at once at the Psycho Vegas like 2 years ago, and so they're all and Clutch, and they're all totally different, yet the same, but not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Asthma Castle fits right in there with all that. Especially like the Clutch and the Mastodon, like the Sword, stuff like that.
What did you think about Clutch's new record, their newest record, the one that was last year?
The newest record?
Yeah.
That was my favorite record of last year or 2 years ago, but what I think is cool now is they're doing all these singles. They just put out Fortunate Son, the cover, the Creedence cover.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I love Clutch.
I know you do.
I've been following that band. I bought their 7-inch out of a bag of paper when I lived in Maryland or Virginia.
Didn't we try and get them? Didn't we try and get them to come play at the Red Blood Club one time?
I don't know.
Or
if
did
I
they?
But no, I don't think so. Because they've never. I don't know. I don't think they've.
I feel like we tried.
I think at that point they were way too big to play. They were doing like the trees and the Gypsy Key Room and stuff. They'd have to do. I always tease Jessica we got to get them to do like a week at Blue Light.
Hell yeah. I would fucking
Which
be
would
there
work.
every
I don't
night.
know, like under a different name. You're like, hey,
I would
the
sleep.
Weathermaker Blues Band.
I would sleep there to watch. I mean, like that.
Yeah, I know. Like we'd have to set up a whole like cots in the corner of the Blue Light or
Exactly.
something.
No, I mean, I would not. They would have to kick me out. I mean, they would have to physically remove me from the building. And just because, you know, Neil is he is such a storyteller. He fucking tells the best stories through the music, you know?
Oh, yeah, you can get I think that's why everybody likes them.
No, yeah. And he's a great singer. And the band, like, they're just so good. They're so good. I mean,
yeah. All of them are just amazing, and like every way you can be amazing.
Plus, it's one of the best pictures I've ever taken of a lead singer or a singer. Was
they are very photogenic, especially him.
Yeah, you should see these pictures, Jerry. You would fucking die. You would be like, oh my god. I mean, I don't feel like. Of course, I feel like they're the greatest Clutch pictures ever. But I mean, I know they're not. But they are, in my mind, which is fine.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, we got off
Neil especially. I mean, his arms going all over the place. He's just.
I mean, it is bizarre. I mean, he's just and the songs remind me of like different. They remind me of what I love about the band, or any band really, is when they can connect with me in a way that connects with things in my life, you know, and not just a feeling or an emotion. Like I feel like if I like one of the songs, I can't remember the name, I will in a minute, but it reminded me of like sitting in front of the TV, like those big fucking TVs back in the 70s, you know, like that we all had, and watching like Chips. Yeah, that was like, yeah, and you could open up the top of them and climb in. And
you had the turntable in there and the TV.
Yeah, and the TV and like a microwave or an ice maker or a bar or whatever. Like
everything it was like a piece of furniture.
It was like a mini.
Some of them had bars in them, yeah.
I know. I mean, it might as well be. I know. Like seriously, like nobody had. I mean, now they're so thin. The TVs are. I mean, people.
But the whole thing weighed like 8,000 pounds. So wherever you put it, it stayed there.
Yeah, forever. You couldn't just move your furniture around. But I love that because that's what Clutch does. I mean, like it's that one. It sounds like a fucking like. A Chip show or like Starsky and Hutch. It's you know, I can't remember, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it at another time because we could have a whole entire show on Clutch.
Oh yeah, I could talk about Clutch for like a whole day.
I know. And I want to hear it because that's the thing is that I want to know. I mean, like I want to know what you know about bands. Like that is why I've been wanting to do this podcast with you for so long, because first and foremost, I respect your opinion about bands, and then even though some of the bands are scary, but I still dig it, and you know so much about that, and I want to know. I want that knowledge. Not that I'll remember it in this age that I'm at.
Yeah, well, I'd rather talk about it than write about it because I'm way better at talking about it.
See, I feel like this. I feel the same way, but. I mean, like I don't feel like I communicate effectively when I talk.
Yeah.
Like this manuscript that I'm writing, I mean, like, it's weird. So I've put it in, like, I've pieced it up, and I'm going to release it in, like, robot talking voices, you know, so, like, people can listen. Because it is kind of, like, have you ever seen those YouTube channels? By the way, we'll come back to this, your 2019 faves. We'll do a part 2. And we left off at Mount Crushmore.
Okay, but what? Robot voices in your manuscript?
Okay, yeah, so have you ever, like, stumbled... Do you watch YouTube a lot, or no?
This kind of YouTube, like, videos and live stuff. I've never really got into, like, anything other than, like, career.
So, then, when you're just put in, like... I don't know, I mean... You can find anything on YouTube. Not to say that it's true or false, right? It just is. It's YouTube. And it is fucking crazy. Like, there's a channel about that is messages from the Pleiades, the aliens in the Orion Belt, the Pleiadians. I can't pronounce it, but like, and it's in this robot voice, and then it has this man that's staring at you from the television. It's so fucking weird. So, and it's a robot voice, right? It's like the computerized like talk, text to talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, you know
like
what
a
I'm talking
Stephen Hawking thing?
Kind of, but not that hard to understand. But it's like, I feel like if I put it, because if I read it, I mean, or if I try and talk about what I want to say in this manuscript or this thing that I'm writing, like I feel like it's just going to be a big stuttering pile of nothing. But if a robot reads it, like people will pay attention to the robot voices, right?
Well, I try to write how I talk, so because that's all I'm doing anyway, just telling you about music.
That's how I write.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, about music, but this isn't about music. This is about politics. Well, I mean, politics in a way, but it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. When it's done, because I'm gonna put it like in the videos, like they do with those alien people, and because I need my message to be heard, and it has to. You can't just put your message out there. It has to be the weirdest way that one knows how to do, put a message out in order for it to work properly, or
Right.
And who knows, it probably won't get picked up, but I feel like it could go viral. I'm just kidding.
You never know. Anything can go viral these days.
I know. That's the thing. I mean, I've thought about recording my life, but it's way too sad. Like, people would be like, turn it off.
There's a lot of downtime. We're all not dime bag, we're all that crazy 18 hours a day.
Right. I mean, God. I mean, like, I do feel like though if there was like a Truman Show channel, constantly like Big Brother, but I mean, I would watch it. Like I am very, very like YouTube is what we watch, but that's all that we watch. We don't watch anything else. I mean, like, there's some crazy stuff out there on the YouTube. I mean, it is.
Yeah, there's enough stuff to watch on YouTube. You don't really need to, and it's like it'll keep you occupied.
Oh, for real. I mean, and occupied is. I mean, it's almost a problem.
Well, you know what? It's like 11:45.
I know.
Like, take a break, and then we'll do another part 2 some other time, and you can see what you got.
Yeah. Let's we'll take a break, and I'll go. I mean, I'll go say Happy New Year to the man friend, and I mean, I just don't call him boyfriend. It sounds so stupid being 50. And then I'm gonna listen back to this, and then
just check it out and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great, and I'll try and curb my tongue.
Oh, wait. Before we wrap this up, what do you think of the title?
Oh, the volume.
Vital Volume.
Vital Volume. Yeah, I love it.
Perfect. You can use that. I can use that for anything, like whether it be like a column or a podcast or anything.
I love it.
Trying to put something cool, and I think it's a good idea. But
I think so too,
right.
and I'm gonna make it as yours.
Text me and let me know how everything came out, and I really gotta pee. So.
All right, go pee, and then we'll talk. I'll text you later, and then maybe we can finish this tomorrow or the next day.
Text me a little bit. Yeah, text me after midnight. I'll be up all night. I got stuff to do.
After midnight. Okay, sounds good. I got stuff to do. You're so. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do. That you said it was so official sounding.
Well, I really don't, but it's just all that random stuff I gotta take care of. So.
I know. I'm the same way. I have things to do, so I go to sleep when I want to.
Yeah. Well, I do and I don't, so I got time to do some more if you want.
All right, cool beans. I'm gonna go say Happy New Year, and then I'll be back, and I'll listen, and then I'll text you back.
Okay.
Word up.
Sounds good.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.